The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily represent those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting group. If you or anyone you know might be interested in making a television show, please call 260-421-1250. Access Fort Wayne is a department of the Allen County Public Library.
Hello, welcome to a dose of Landis. My name's Mitch Fraizer, though. I'm taking over the show for Jeff Landis today. He went AWOL real quick. Thanks for having me, Access Fort Wayne. It's great to be here. Having a blast on the show. But I do have one very special guest, non-Jeff Landis related. The current World Wrestling Heavyweight Champion of the world. All right, it's Jeff Landis.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, how's it going? What's up? How's everybody doing out there? I'm at the front of the Fort Wayne Wizard Stadium.
We're back at the Wizard Stadium.
But
How
we're
about
outside.
that?
No tickets this time.
No tickets.
Well, yeah, check out the shirt done by a fan of the show, Mitch Lee. How this happened, it was my birthday, and Mitch Lee, he's very Rich, sorry.
Rich. I'm Mitch.
I'm Mitch, I'm sorry. Rich. It was my birthday, and I was like, okay, because you know how you get the birthday wishes and stuff like that, and you never know what goes on, because he's creative with a lot of stuff. I've seen him do a lot of things.
Totally is.
So I seen it as like 2000 something, and I seen he knows I'm a big Boyz II Men fan. So
Who told him?
I don't know. Probably me talking about 5,000 times or playing their stuff. Me possibly singing Boyz II Men. So like, you know what? So I got a shirt made of it, and I got a right here done by Sherry Whaley. If you could zoom in right here. Me a Boyz II Men. They got me over one of the fourth members that's no longer in the group. So yeah, here's a shirt of it right here. Check that out. Right here, the shirt. Yeah. Me with Boyz II Men. Sherry Whaley did the shirt. Rich Lee did this with me as the member. I thought it was cool.
Landis is the quiet member of Boyz II Men.
Yes, I'm the quiet member that they don't know about. The one that can't sing. And I want to talk about something too. If you can go down right here. Right here. Sorry, I'm not trying to. This right here is a heavyweight championship belt that I had a long time ago. And a good friend of mine, he doesn't want me to mention his name, but you know who he is. Thank you very much for letting me get this again. I got robbed a couple years ago, back when I was with the kid's mom, and then I was desperate and I had to get rid of the other one. But Feels good to actually have it back.
It looks good. It fits well on you.
Yeah, surprisingly so. Yeah, here's me with the Wing Eagle title belt, my favorite wrestling title of all time in professional wrestling. If you can zoom in on it right here. I said I'm very thankful for this. Again, like I said, this is one of my prized possessions I have, and again, the guy didn't have to do what he did.
Well, we're blessed to have the friends we're having. We're blessed to have you, Jeff. God, you've been a part of my life forever. You know, ever since I can remember turning on the TV. Like once Full House was on, I'd go up to Channel 10.
Oh my God, Channel 10.
Jen Landis was there. Yeah, it's always a blast.
You just said Channel 10.
I said Channel 10.
No, I mean that's not a bad thing that you said Channel 10. It's just
but that's
Channel 10.
That's you know what era that is. When did Channel 10 stop being Channel 10? 97 or 98?
Norm, was it 98 or 99 it became Access Fort Wayne? I think it was 99.
It was around that. I know it was around that period.
Oh, it was 99, yeah.
99, yeah.
Yeah, because Channel 10 days, man, it had great shows. I mean, we still have great shows to this day, but yeah.
God, yeah.
But yeah, I remember that era.
There,
Too much of that era. Too much fun times that got me in trouble.
There's you, Dean would be on there, and then...
Dean Robinson?
Yep, and then there was...
Was it Raiders of Access, the guys with the mask?
Yeah, and the guy who'd play the cool old cartoons.
Oh, not Cartoon Network. I know what you're talking about. I did a thing on...
Play like old vintage black and white cartoons.
Yes.
That was an awesome show. And then Loveless. That was God. That was such a cool show. Looking back on it, he played really cool old great music that a lot of people wouldn't hear on their top 40 radio and normal greatest hits list. That's a really neat thing.
Rest in peace, Mike Loveless.
Rest in peace, Mike.
Glad I got to work with him on Uncle Ducky's show. Tons of things. I interviewed him on a Dose of Landis when we did Legends of Access. That's my way of paving, when I did Legends, like, these are the people who brought me to where I'm at today. Yeah,
there's a lot of good talent that was in the legacy that you're carrying on still today. It's very, very cool. There's a lot of Channel 10.
Yes, and I also got shirts made on Channel 10 too.
Arose by any other name. It's no matter what channel you can find access on. It's a beautiful thing for the community. It truly does give the entire community a voice, and I think that's awesome.
I started out at age 14, which is crazy.
That's literally. It's funny you say that. That's literally about the first time I ever performed live. So.
14.
Yep. That was around that. We played at the. Me and the B Sharps, our first show was at Matt Anthony's on Broadway and Taylor there. 14 years old.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That was just about 20 years ago, too.
Wow. That's a long time.
Yep.
In the entertainment business for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So what all hard-hitting questions you got for me? I mean, I've
been
interviewed by a lot of people.
Hey, whose show is it? I'm going to get my list back up.
It's your show. I should shut my mouth.
So, a while ago, me and Jeff Landis did an interview where he's throwing questions my way. Now it's the Mitch Fraizer Dose of Landis takeover, and I'm going to be giving Jeff the questions this time.
Mitch of Dose.
Mitch of Dose.
Oh, Dose of Mitch.
Mitch of Dose.
There you go.
Dose of Mitch. Either way you call it, we're going to be rocking and rolling here. So I'm going to start off with a question I've been wondering a lot of times, for a long time. Where do you get your ideas from?
All right, my ideas. Well, depends on which idea you're talking about. But you just ideas in general.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I'll just be out of the blue and I just do random shows. Like I was telling you earlier, we went to a restaurant, and then I ran into my friends. Like, you know what? I got a tablet, which is donated too, and I was like, we could do shows off the tablet and put it on YouTube. So I was like, why don't we just go do a wrestling show talking about our stories?
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll be at work. I clean at work, and sometimes I'll be listening to music. I'm like, you know what? We could do this, or we could do that, or just something that I try to think out of the box that people's never done on TV. Because again, like I said, as being a musician, and no matter what, there's so much stuff that you got to be original to stick out, because people's recycled and reused the same thing over and over. Mm-hmm. So I try to think out of the box. So my ideas just come random out of the day, just like like we could do this, we could do that. Back then, I never used to write it down. Now that I'm older, I write the things down.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
ideas come out whenever.
That's funny you mentioned that. I know you. I remember when I used to wash dishes. I used to come up with some of my best musical ideas while just. You're at like kind of a peaceful state, even though the workload can be horrible. Knowing you're just in your own world, think about it. I remember some of my favorite ideas musically came to me in the dish pit.
Well, because again, like I said, sometimes it depends on where you work at. You're by yourself.
Yeah.
And then you just start getting stressed, and you're like, man, F this, F that, I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
Then in your head, like, okay, cool. Because you can still do your work and still think creatively. So it's like the most craziest things I've thought of. Like, there's several things that I want to do that I haven't done. I would like to do I do dishes, I'm not going to deny that fact. I want to do a musical dishwashing.
That'd be great.
Like a musical. I've never done a musical. That would
Awesome.
be fun. I would love to do a musical one day.
I love it. It'd be like Beauty and the Beast, and all the plates are dancing around and all that stuff. But yeah, that sounds awesome. And God, that's some of my favorite years of my work. It didn't pay the most, but it was great, honest work, and I loved washing dishes. I was always at a very peaceful place doing that.
Well, we're underrated as dishwashers. Again, like I said, I've got a disability. Of course, I tell everybody about that, and I even get made fun of on Reddit for that because of my disabilities. But we know who's saying it, but I don't want to bring that attention to that person. But you get what I'm saying? It's like, no matter what you do, I feel proud that I'm doing what I'm doing. I may be doing something that somebody else isn't doing. Yeah, that's a high school job or whatever, but still, I'm still a creative mind. No matter what, I'm still the same person as I am, if that makes sense.
It's good work, and there's nothing wrong with that, no matter what. But yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I'd love to see the dishwashing musical, and I'd be glad to play music for it.
I just don't remember the whole storyline I had. Like, so that was back when I was.
You need to write it down.
I wrote it down. It's somewhere. Like
we'll find it.
Like, I've got songs. I used to write songs back in the day because I wanted to be a singer.
Yeah.
And my singing is very, very bad. I mean, if you watch my first show, October 15th, 1994, horrible. I can't sing worth a crap. But I used to write songs, and I remember the name of some of the songs. So, but again, like I said, we all found our niche. My niche is TV. I wanted to be a professional wrestler. I can't do that because I'm not in a great shape and not the greatest looking. But I know how to referee. But you get what I'm saying? Though, it's like, no matter what, there's talent. No matter what you do.
Well, that exactly leads to my next question. Do you prefer reffing or wrestling?
Well, if you were to ask me this when I was younger, wrestling, because getting the physicality, you get into it. Let's say, for instance, if I'm mad at somebody one day, I'll be in a wrestling ring, I don't like you, I don't like what you represent, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I could be a total bad guy, and people will hate me for that. And I'd get away with it.
Yeah.
But then if you were to ask, if I were to do that now, I can't handle it. But I'm not going to lie. My last show before this one, not the one I interviewed you, but the one before, I am actually going to come back and wrestle.
Oh, cool.
Going to attempt to wrestle.
Awesome.
Attempt to wrestle.
We heard it here first. We're going to get Jeff back in the ring.
Yes, not in the backyard, but inside the ring, because I still got a couple more matches. I would love to tag up with my boys.
Awesome.
I have a 6-man tag, and my last match I would love to have is us 3 in a match. The winner gets the Landis Entertainment, all my video footage and stuff like that.
Really?
Yes, because I see my kids for.
You make it like the money box, or like you just have a chest with a bunch of VHS pouring out of it. That'd be cool.
Because I see them, as they turn 18 and getting older, I want them to take over the legacy that I have. They'll probably do better than what I have. I'm not discarding what I've done as bad, but I'm just saying they'll probably do bigger and better things.
That's all you can hope for as a father, is that what you taught your kids will lead on through the rest of their life, and that's nothing more you can really wish for with that. So I hope Brent and JJ do everything that they want to do, and do it one notch above.
Yeah, that's my
sky's the limit.
Oh yeah, that's my last match I want to have is with those two, because again they're my legacy, and again it'd be awesome. Hopefully. My health, like I said, I have health issues. I've talked about that before.
Yeah.
I've got colitis that could turn into. First time you've heard this before. I'm not trying to make this into a sad interview.
No.
I went to my doctor a couple weeks ago, and she says if I don't take my medicine the right way, with my colitis that I got, I can end up with. It kind of hurts to say this, but no, I'm all right with colon cancer if I don't take care of myself.
Yeah.
So it's the first time you've heard this, but again, like I said, it's. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. I'm not trying to turn this into a
For
sad
sure.
thing.
You
It's
just,
just,
you just need to make the changes you need to make, and
yeah, that's why I'm hoping that I can take care of my
I won't.
health.
I won't bring any more Mountain Dew and
No,
taco
no,
pizza
no,
around
no,
here.
you're good with that. But I'm just talking about just in general with, once I get my health issues taken care of, I'm going to start working out. Like I said, I'm losing weight, which is kind of cool because
That's great.
I wasn't
Yeah,
planning
yeah.
on losing weight. So, but yeah, again, like I said, that's a certain side story, but I would love to wrestle my last match with my boys.
That'd be great.
Yeah, they want to do a ladder match.
That'd be awesome. They learn from the best.
I had a ladder match, I got busted open. I don't know if you remember that one or not.
But that actually goes to my next question perfectly as well too. Why? This is working too good. I was gonna say, what is your favorite wrestling match?
In the wrestling ring, I had a guy against Wild Thing in Detroit, and we had actually personal beef because he was talking trash about me or something like that. And then I come to find out, oh, you guys are booked in a match together. I'm like, oh, great, how's this going to work out? But come to find out, we went in the ring, man. Magic worked so great. I was a bad guy.
Really?
Oh, my God, the chemistry was so great. Jay, if you're watching, I know you're in Wisconsin, but, well, we can get access anywhere nowadays. If you're watching, let's have that one more match, too. That's another bucket list. But no, that match was awesome.
Yeah.
But if you talk about when I did the backyard wrestling, oh, my God, I've had several feuds. Man, that's kind of hard. Favorite wrestling match? My last match with Mike Bullen was one of my favorite matches.
Mm-hmm.
But man, my favorite match I've had back alley brawls with Axe Kamen, which is over here.
I remember one of my favorite watching was Hollywood Rob and you in Headwaters Park.
Oh, was it the one where I had that jumpsuit, almost type of jumpsuit,
that
long
was
hair?
great. Yep.
When they kicked me out of the group. Oh yeah, Hollywood Rob was one of my favorite guys. He's another guy I would like to wrestle with too down the line in the ring. But no, that was one of my favorite matches. Man, there's several of them I can name, but then also Killer, rest in peace, man. Me and him, I'm sure you've seen Sam before too.
Yeah.
We've had lots of, no pun intended, killer matches because that was his name, Killer. So we had a lot of matches. So I don't know. The matches that stick out is mainly the ladder matches.
Yeah.
I love ladder matches. I would love to do a casket match, but again, but like I said, my favorite match, I don't know, but I've had several guys that I've worked with. I would love to work with again.
Yeah.
Because when you get older, things change. But yeah, my
Totally.
favorite match, I don't know. It's a lot of them.
Well, that will lead us. We'll get off the wrestling.
Our chemistry is so good together.
We'll get off the wrestling for one quick second. We all know you love Boys to Men.
Mm-hmm.
No questions there. That's how I was introduced to you. But when it comes to other 90s R&B artists, who do you prefer, Babyface or Montel Jordan?
Oh, that's a tough one. Montel Jordan is a good one, really good because he has a lot of hits. I listen to him whenever I work cleaning. Get It On Tonight is one of my favorite songs. And obviously, when you put the 90s cycle, so Babyface is also a good artist who does tons of great songs for people. So can I say Ty on that one because they're both good, or do I have to just pick one?
Yeah, you can.
I'd say Ty because
I'm going to be nice, Jeff, and say you could say Ty on that.
Because they're both unique in different ways. I would love to have them as a guest on our show too.
That'd be great. Maybe Fort Wayne Music Festival can bring them or something in the future.
Jake, Jeremiah, I know you guys are watching. Actually, I owe them a lot too because they've done a lot for my career. I mean, I got to interview Aaron Carter.
That's amazing.
That was shocking. I didn't know that was going to happen. Nappy Roots.
That's amazing. They're one of my favorites.
So I was like, I wasn't expecting this. I was like, because, Jeremiah was like, give me hints, because I was editing with Wesley. Wesley could tell you a story. We edited like 4 or 5 shows that day.
Really?
And then on top of that, well, Aaron Carter's here. I'm like, I don't.
We gotta run and try and see that.
Yeah. I made it, man. I was interviewing Aaron. I was like, okay, here we are. I had to run. I had to rush.
Carter. Aaron Carter.
Because I learned that if you have an opportunity, take it.
Yeah.
Because when's Aaron Carter come back to Fort Wayne again? I haven't.
You lead. You never know, and you lead by example of striking while the iron's hot and taking. If you have an opportunity, why not go for it? Your dreams are only as small as the small-minded people you let around it. If you can just put everything else aside, go forward with that. Do everything you can, and I've always respected that about you. You always don't take no for an answer. Go try that interview. Worst comes to worst, someone will say, sorry, I'm not doing that, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But
People
why the heck not?
Yeah, people don't understand is, like I said, I like staying local. Don't get me wrong, I like local, but since I'm doing the whole celebrity thing, you got to take advantage of it.
Totally.
And then, like I said, I'll give you a list so far I've been working on this season. Over one, they sing I Swear, they're coming on. I've been trying to talk to Kiss and Ace Frehley about coming on. No email replies except for from Ace. Bo Duke from Dukes of Hazzard, my favorite show of all time.
Ace replied to you?
Ace's agent did, Bill.
Really? Cool.
When he was playing Angola, but they didn't have, timing frame wasn't working out.
Really?
I hit up Joe
Well,
to
if
see.
you need a ride to go interview Ace, I'll take you up there. I love Space Ace.
I'll use you as my co-host if worse comes to shove. But they gave me information for press release and stuff like that, so that's kind of cool. Joe to see is another one.
Love Joe to see.
There's just several people that I want to reach out to. Again, like I said, some are the Bengals. You remember the Bengals?
I love the
you?
Bengals, yeah.
Oh my God, I used to have a crush on Susan Huff.
Really?
Huffs back then. But no, it's like, I want to try to bring back retro stuff, hence why we're here at
Wizard Stadium.
At Wizard Stadium, because again, I feel like if we go back to retro, how often do you see that?
Yeah.
So during this season, I'm going to do a Fort Wayne retro.
Yep.
So again, like I said, I just try to stay old retro because again, some people.
If it's good, then it's good now.
Yeah.
And then, you just got to find your new way to make it fresh. You might as well do that whenever you can.
Well, I hate hearing people saying that, like when I interviewed Aaron Carter, yes, he's going through a lot of stuff. I interviewed Jake the Snake Roberts, he's gone through drugs and all kinds of stuff like that.
Human being.
Ron Jeremy and what he's done, doing those interviews, well, they're all washed up. Nobody cares about them nowadays. I'm like, okay, they have a name. I mean, it's not all about their name, but still, they have a name and people just down
they're human too. People forget about that, and then whoever's talking crap about any of those people, what have they accomplished compared to that?
Exactly.
People forget that.
It just makes me mad. I'm like, I'm trying to do my best as I can. Like I said, not many people want to try to reach out because, like I said, back in the day, I was watching some old WCW stuff.
Those people out there worse have accomplished a lot more than a lot of those people out there.
Yeah.
So.
And like I said, watching the whole WCW stuff back then, because back in the day when Wayne TV. X102.3, if you remember those stations back then.
Totally.
They're like, Jeff, can you tell me who this wrestler is? And can you get connections to this? Here I am now, 2017, I started Dose when I started doing the celebrity thing.
Around there, 16, 17.
And then next thing you know, I'm like, you know what?
17 is when the celebrities kind of started to come around more.
That could have been me. Instead of helping Wayne TV out or helping X102.3, I could have had the interviews. But again, I was 19 years old. So it's like, not many people trying to reach out. I mean, yes.
But you know what? That kept you in the business, and there's always view it as a good stepping stone and move forward with what you know.
Yes, I've got more plans for this season, though, for sure. But yeah, like I said, it just annoys me, like people criticize me about, they're just washed up names. Like, so?
They had amazing careers. They still do active things, and
people are crazy, man. I've been shot out before. People are starting to kill me. I can tell you tons of stories, but I don't want to go all into that because I know you got your questions. But yeah,
for sure. Well, let's go to what was your hardest match? What was the most challenging for you?
My most challenging match would probably be the ladder match I had. It was a triple threat ladder match for the vacant TWF championship. It was a storyline between me and Reaper, and then we put Mr. Nice in it. It was a guy who I thought had potential of being a champion.
Yeah.
Well, we had a ladder match, and it was great until I ended up being busted open. I mean, legitimately, because I'm supposed to put your hands in a way when a ladder comes. I didn't think about it. I was in yes, good match, pop. Had blood all over my face. Not fake blood, legitimate blood. So that was one of the hard-hitting match. I fought several people where we had the back alley brawl matches. We've had matches that I've actually got to a physical fight because sometimes my temper got the best of me.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of them, but I don't think I can handle it now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let's stay on that same subject. What was the hardest TV show you've ever had to film? I know I kind of choked up and got a little emotional when I saw your episode of Dedicated Dads. What was, out of all the shows you've done, what would you say is the most challenging and was hardest for you to?
Wow, that Dedicated Dads was definitely one of my favorites. From when we were doing Outlandish, when we were doing the reality show, and Outlandish was mixed with all kinds of things. The hardest was the Outlandish reality. I mean, that's one of them. I'll just give you two of them. because outlandish reality, that's when you do reality shows, you know how it is with reality shows. They're scripted, not me. Mine was raw, real.
Yeah.
I was going through a divorce with my ex-wife. I wanted to see the real emotion, so that was my hardest one. But the hardest thing ever that I've done, Wesley, you were there for my top 50 WTF moments, so I had to go all the way back.
Yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot of work. That was quite a challenge.
So in editing
accomplish
room,
all that.
like 12 hours worth of editing, not each day, but editing, going out here doing the green screen. So that is the hardest one. The top WTF moments is the hardest one ever.
Speaking of WTF moments,
Oh my God.
that leads to my next question.
Okay.
Would you wrestle boys to men?
When I wrestle for a charity, yes.
For a charity?
That's the first time. I mean, that is a question I've never.
Leave it to me, Jeff.
Leave it to Mitch. Would I wrestle boys to men? I don't know. What would be on stakes if I did?
An interview.
The interview. Oh my God! I thought
Bring him into your world. Bring him into your world, Jeff.
Kind of like I challenged Mayor Tom Henry to a match. I don't know if you remember that back in.
I do remember
back
that.
in outlandish reality days. Would I? Yeah, that'd be interesting. Another way to get him booked on a show.
Who would you not wrestle?
Who would I not wrestle? Huh? Who would I not wrestle? I don't know.
Mom? Sherry?
I wouldn't wrestle my mom. But yeah, that's.
And then I have one more question. Do you have a message to the haters out there?
I dare you to do what I do by hosting and producing a TV show, making all the contacts, getting your camera crew, getting your audio crew, reaching out to your guest. I challenge you to produce your own TV show. People think it's easy.
Well, that's a very fair challenge. If anybody that speaks shy of you, a lot of work goes into everything that everybody does, and I think this world would be a lot nicer place if everybody respected what everyone does and give them understanding and credit for that.
There's more haters than lovers.
But Access Fort Wayne, thank you for coming into a dose of Mitch Landis. Fraizer mashup, or they call it a pop-up. I'm kind of like a pop-up show right now. So thank you guys all for joining us. Thank you, Jeff, for having me and me having you.
Thank you to my friend who did this. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Check out his club. If you can throw it out there real quick.
If you ever want to go to the best bar on the south end of Fort Wayne, the 07, go there.
Check it out. Again, thank you very much. You know who you are for this. And thank you, Mitch, for bringing out the pizza and everything for the crew.
Thank you guys. Thanks to the crew.
Again.
Olay. Hail.
The show almost didn't happen, but thank God it did.
Yep. Thank you guys. Have a great evening.
That was funny.